with the Lightning last year, has played 6 minutes.
All right, guys, Scott here from UG Series.
Hello and welcome to Budweiser Gardens for another game of NBLC action featuring the hometown London Lightning. Good evening. My name is Marty Thompson. I'm joined by Chris Croucher. Chris, London taking on the Orangeville A's tonight, but all eyes will be on the Lightning, who are on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, the London Lightning have been very impressive so far, not just in that 5-game win streak, but all year long. But that 5-game win streak shows a whole other level that they've hit. They've won most of those games by a wide margin. However, they've been cutting it kind of close with some of the play that they've had recently. They had a scare against Windsor, and of course, only beat the Niagara River Lions by closer than it looks 6 points. So it hasn't been a smooth ride to 5 wins, but at the end of the day, they've got them.
Absolutely, and led by Maxwell and Patterson, Tyshawn Patterson and Stephen Maxwell. This team is looking very good as we get through the first month of NBLC action. So we're going to take a quick break here for the national anthem. We'll be right back again, London versus Orangeville here at beautiful Budweiser Gardens.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we would like to introduce the officials for tonight's game. Would you please welcome Mr. Ross Heisley, Mr. Tony Turnbull, and Mr. Jason Dawkins. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we would ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the Canadian National Anthem. Tonight, we are joined by SIDAC and students from schools in London and the surrounding area for the singing of O Canada.
As I mentioned before, the national anthem, Chris, London being led by Stephen Maxwell and Tyshawn Patterson so far this season.
Tyshawn Patterson and Stephen Maxwell have been excellent this season. They're younger guys, so we didn't know really anything about them. We know they were very, very, very hyped up by Kyle Julius as players to watch. They were guys that we were told keep an eye on, but I don't think anyone expected them to have the impact they've had so far. I mean, Tyshawn Patterson was just Player of the Week very recently, and then looking at Maxwell, the guy's a beast. He's leading the league in rebounds right now, and he's been scoring too. He's averaging a double-double, and as we saw in their last game against Windsor, with 19 points and a whopping 20 rebounds. I mean, the kid's got game, and they've been absolutely integral to this winning streak by the London Lightning.
Absolutely. He's third in the league in shooting percentage, shooting 60% from the field so far. And it's incredible because, I mean, when you look at Stephen Maxwell, he's just 22 years old. Tyshawn Patterson coming in at 24.
With Maxwell, it's funny, too, because I understand that field goal percentage is high, but let's be realistic. The guy's an athletic freak. Most of those points are coming from putbacks and stuff because he's so close to the basket. He's so muscular that no one can really stop him from getting there. And not only that, he has the athleticism where if there's a guy in his way, he can just jump right over him. We've seen a couple of poster dunks already in this season. And I mean, the sky's the limit with this kid. It's going to be exciting to see where it goes.
And switching to the Orangeville A's, not the best start to the season, 3-5. They are coming off of a big win against Niagara last night, 97-90. Despite collapsing in the fourth, they were outscored 31-22 in that final frame. But players like Justin Moss have been big performers for this A's team so far this season.
And Justin Moss, another one of those younger guys. I believe he's only 23, 24. He's incredibly young, and he's been pretty much the biggest bright spot by a wide margin for the Orangeville A's. He's been a double-double player almost every single game, including their last game. In that Niagara game, he had 24 points, 18 rebounds. So Justin Moss has been an absolutely phenomenal player for these guys. However, the problem with Orangeville has been the supporting cast. They've gotten all right performances out of them, but I mean, when Justin Moss isn't scoring or is on the bench or something, it seems like the whole team sort of shuts down for a bit. So they got to work on getting that supporting cast. I know Glenn Whitfield had 25 in that game against Niagara. As we're getting a loud applause here for General Dynamics, who donated a lot of tickets to a lot of people.
Of course. Well, yeah, going back to the Orangeville offense, unfortunately last place in the league, which is not what Chris Thomas had imagined when he put this team together. Another interesting thing, no transactions from this team so far this season when we've seen teams like London move guys off injured reserve. Orangeville has been completely quiet.
Well, I'll start with the offense there. They've got guys who are putting up some numbers. I mean, Glenn Whitfield had 25 in that game against Niagara. However, the shooting hasn't been the best. They're picking some questionable shots that, you know, maybe I wouldn't take, and the shooting percentages are down. Richard Marty was 3 of 12 in that game. Glenn Whitfield, he had 25 points. That's great, but he also shot 9 of 22. And Justin Moss was 11 of 21. So if you look at the points you could have had for all the shots you were taking, that should have been a much more difficult game for Niagara to try and bring back.
Considering their last place offense, it's interesting that they're actually second in the league in assists per game. So they do like to move the ball around a lot. And they actually are rebounding quite well. Had 70 rebounds last night against Niagara.
And I think the assist thing might be part of the problem. They're constantly looking for the pass, and they're actually giving up some open shots because they have such a focus on moving the ball around.
We'll quickly move back to the London Lightning in their game last night. I know we didn't have a chance to talk about it, but it was pretty crazy to watch. 123-115, London over the Windsor Express, led by as much as 23, but the Windsor kept clawing themselves back into that game. But again, a big fifth win in a row for the London Lightning. As we're just waiting for the start of the game here as pre-game ceremonies continue here at Budweiser Gardens. Again, London versus Orangeville coming up. The Orangeville A's sitting at 3-5. London up at 8-2. Good enough for top of the Central Division and tied with the Halifax Hurricanes with the highest win total in the league. Of course, tonight London will be wearing camouflage uniforms, which will feature General Dynamics on the jerseys, and of course also auctioned off. They will also auction off the jerseys, with all proceeds going to the St. Joseph's Healthcare Foundation's fund for Parkwood Veterans Hospital, as we see some veterans being honored here at Center Court. So again, London with 5 wins in a row, the hottest team in the league, getting set to take on the Orangeville A's. Chris, who else should we really be looking for on this London Lightning team as we see Warren Ward getting set to take the tip-off?
Well, there's a couple of guys that I think everyone's going to want to keep an eye on, and One of the new ones is Akeem Wright, who's been excellent since joining the London Lightning. Didn't shoot the ball quite as well as we've seen from him. He had a game where he had a perfect field goal percentage. However, in that game against Express, he was 8 of 23, not pretty, but he still ended up with 26 points, 14 rebounds. So this is a guy who can contribute in a lot of facets of the game. And one of the things that's interesting about him is he's thick and built enough that he can play at the power forward position if you need him to. But he's also enough of an athlete that if you need to put him at small forward or even shooting guard, you can live with that decision.
Absolutely. We're about to listen in here for the starting lineup for the Orangeville A's. Again, a team that just moved from Brampton this coming season. So the starting lineup, Lewis Jackson, Jameson Tipping, Bilal Ben, Justin Moss, and Leonard Whitfield. We've already talked about Whitfield and Moss, Chris, but even Jameson Tipping, another explosive player for this Orangeville A's team.
He's a very versatile guy, and he's a Canadian too, which helps that you can have a Canadian who can contribute in your lineup. But he's able to step out and hit a couple of threes if you need him to be. You can put him in the post, and you can put him at small forward. He's tall, he's quick for his height, and there's just a lot of different ways you can use him. He's not going to wow you. He's not going to put up a 24-point game or anything like that. But he's going to be able to contribute, and he's going to be able to do a solid job adding to your team's ability to score, rebound, do everything on the court that you need to do to win.
Of course, rounding out the rest of the starting lineup, you've got Lewis Jackson and Bilal Ben. They are second and third, respectively, in assists per game in the NBLC. As we mentioned, like to move the ball around quite a bit. Second in assists in the league. You've got Lewis Jackson with 7 assists per game, Bilal Ben with 6.5.
And Lewis Jackson's a guy you're going to want to keep an eye on. He had 15 assists in that game against Niagara, which was, again, a big part of that victory. The London Lightning are going to have a tough defensive assignment covering Lewis Jackson. It'll come up to Nick O'Corey to mostly handle that job, trying to stop him, but then you worry about leaving Bilal Ben, who's actually more of a shooting guard, open. And one of the other ways that the quirks, I guess, about the Orangeville A's is that they can throw Rick Bodiford at point guard, and at 6'5", a guy like Nick O'Corey's not going to be able to cover him. So you wonder about what kind of matchups are the Orangeville A's going to try and exploit? What kind of matchups are the London Lightning going to use to try and make that up? Again, it's a very weird lineup for the A's. They don't have a lot of guys who play the game, in the traditional roles of the position you would expect. So it makes it really, really difficult for different teams to match up against those guys. You can have Rick Bodiford at point guard at 6'5", and then you can have Richard Marty at small forward at 6'9". So the way they can beat you with size, or they can try and beat you with speed, is interesting. It hasn't really, I feel like the coaching staff hasn't figured out exactly how to use that versatility yet, but when they do, this could be a dangerous team.
Lots of effective scorers on this Orangeville A's team. Again, unfortunately, just at a 3-5 record so far this season. Admittedly, a very difficult Central Division considering how good Niagara have been, even though they have a 3-8 record. Definitely very explosive there. So we're about to listen in for the starting lineup for the hometown London Lightning as Budweiser Gardens cheers. And we're going to start it off here with Mr. Nick O'Corey. So Nick O'Corey, starting in the guard position, Warren Ward, Chad Posthumus, Stephen Maxwell, and Akeem Wright. Chris, your thoughts on London's starting lineup comparing to Orangeville's?
Interesting to see Posthumus, Maxwell, and Wright all in at the same time. It looks like they're going to try and go a little bigger against Orangeville. Whoever is going to cover Moss, that'll be the interesting one to watch. Posthumus is going to be hard for the A's to handle as well, as no one on the Orangeville A's is over 6'9". And we've seen some really strong games from Chad Posthumus when he gets that size advantage. That tends to be when he's at his best. So expect a lot of double teams on Posthumus. We saw that last time these two teams played, as anytime Posthumus got the ball, there was always help. So keep an eye on how the A's cover Posthumus, and then again on the reverse. Maxwell's and Posthumus a little too slow to cover Moss if it were me. And Maxwell's probably the best bet, but he's still young. He's not really a complete defensive player. Wright gives up a lot of size, but if he has to cover Moss there, I'm not sure how that's going to work out. So that'll be the matchup for the Lightning to really try and figure out how are they going to answer Justin Moss, because this is a guy who can put up And 20 and 19 like it's nobody's business.
Keep in mind, they've got Curtis Washington as well, who could come off the bench. He's had some pretty good defensive performances, both home and away so far this season.
Again, Washington, a guy who's really brought in, and he's been developing well, but he's still got some work to do on the defensive end. That's going to be difficult for the London Lightning to figure out how do you cover Moss, because they don't really have anyone who's a true 4, I would say. Maxwell's been playing the 4 spot, and with his athleticism and his size, he's certainly capable of doing it, but you do still give up size. So against Justin Moss, Maxwell might have his hands full.
Absolutely, as we get a look at the lineup there for the London Lightning. We're about to get underway here at Budweiser Gardens. London, again, in the green camouflage tops. Orangeville in the red away uniforms, as looks like Stephen Maxwell is getting set to take the tip off for the Lightning here at Budweiser Gardens. Fantastic crowd here on a Saturday night. The upper bowl is open, we should mention that as well. Very big crowd at Budweiser Gardens, as all of the people in the NBLC can expect at this point. 2 other games going on tonight. We'll be sure to update you on that. But right now it's London versus Orangeville here at Budweiser Gardens. Jameson Tipping collects the ball, and Orangeville gets set for their first attack of the game. Jackson with it, hands it off to Whitfield. And now off to Bilal Ben, back to Whitfield. Maxwell playing defense, Tipping's got it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. On the fade, it's no good. It's collected here by Corey, and he'll get things started. Possumus moving down low. Jackson playing defense up against a Corey. Looks like he's ushering Akeem Wright on the far side. Takes it to Possumus, now back to Wright. Keeps possession. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Warren Ward with it. He can definitely take the shot off. He's got to. He gets it off in time, but he'll airball it, and now here come the Orangeville A's.
Excellent defense there from the Orangeville A's. Nobody on the Lightning could really get inside, and they blocked off all the passing lanes. Just incredibly tough and aggressive.
And we see Moss going up. It's no good. Great pass there from Lewis Jackson to avoid the defender, and now here come the London Lightning. Again, a minute into this game, London wearing the green tops. As you see a Corey taking it up, it's good.
It's funny, that first defensive possession, they do an excellent job keeping everyone from even getting inside the 3-point arc, and then that time, how do you let Nico Corey, of all guys, a guy who's put up 41 points in a game, just cruise in like that?
Quick floater there is no good on the near side. And that's a big rebound there by Justin Moss. Again, that's another guy to look out for as we see Tipping take it across. It's tipped out of play there by Warren Ward. And we talk about a Corey, but he really does have that explosive speed that likely Orangeville will try to match with Lewis Jackson.
You almost want to prevent anyone from even potentially setting a screen, because as soon as Nico Corey turns that corner, he's gone. So it's very difficult for anyone really to keep up with him, although Lewis Jackson also very quick himself. He's got the best chance.
Taking it down inside, the pass is kicked out to Lewis Jackson. He'll move it around, it's collected. Whitfield gets it off in time. He'll airball it though. It'll fall out of play, and it will be London's ball as they call the 24-second violation.
I gotta say, that was the first there I saw from Bilal Ben. He tried to bounce it off of a Lightning player from over a Lightning player. So he tried to reach from over, I believe, Maxwell's shoulder to try and get the ball and throw it off Maxwell.
Nick Corey with possession, 10 minutes to go in this first quarter. Warren Ward with it, takes the jumper at the top of the key. It's no good. It's collected here by Lewis Jackson and the A's. Jackson moves it around. On the far side, he's going to take a cut down low, bounce pass to Moss, and it's good. So there is Orangeville's first 2 points of the game. And now here come the London Lightning. Tie game, 2-2. Akeem Wright has it. Looks like they're going to be moving it around. Far side, Warren Ward fakes the 3, gives it off to Maxwell. He'll take it up, and it's good for 2.
And that's pretty much how all of Stephen Maxwell's buckets have come. He just sort of charges the basket, and he's got so much speed and strength that no one can really get in the way of that.
9:14 on the clock in the first. Bilal Ben with possession. The top of the key, tries to spin around, and the ref's going to call that a travel. So 4-2, London with the lead.
Not sure what Bilal Ben's arguing on that one. I think that was a fairly obvious travel on that play. Refs doing a good job so far. Mind you, it's only 2 minutes in, so I'm probably being optimistic here, but it's been good.
I'm going to wait. It's been exactly 3 minutes now.
good.
9 minutes on the clock in the first. Hakeem Wright with possession. Now off to Warren Ward. Down low. Posthumus can't collect. They're going to call foul.
I like that they're looking at Posthumus, though. He's so physical, and if Moss is going to be the guy covering him, as he takes the foul here, you can get him into some foul trouble.
4-2, ball coming in here from the London Lightning. 8:58 on the clock. Corey tosses it up top. Posthumus up against Justin Moss. Now kicks it out to Hakeem Wright. He's got Nick Corey in the corner. He'll give it back to Posthumus. Again, Posthumus versus Moss. This is a big matchup. Looks like it's going to be finished there. No, it will not be by Stephen Maxwell. Score remains 4-2. Tipping. Nice no-look pass and too easy from Bilal Ben.
Great play from the Orangeville A's, and that time we saw Moss stand strong on defense to set that all up, and Tipping, again, great playmaking ability.
Posthumus takes it, and he'll take it down for two. Fantastic work by Nick Corey down low there. 8:19 on the clock. One-hand toss there from Jackson's no good. Moss gets the rebound, and his shot's no good either. Posthumus will take it off to Nick Corey. 8:10 on the clock. 6-4, London with the lead. Corey off to Maxwell. Now to Warren Ward. One-hand pass. Maxwell's going to take it down, and it's no good. He missed the net completely there. And now here comes Lewis Jackson of the Orangeville A's. He'll hand it off to Whitfield, who can't get that slam to go. And now here come London back. Let's see what Stephen Maxwell can do. 2 points.
Maxwell looking to make up for the very optimistic shot earlier down the court. Just a little bit scatterbrained right now. I think both teams kind of need to rein it in just a bit here.
7:28 in the clock in the first, and London with an 8-4 lead. Bilal Ben down low to Moss, fakes the jumper, takes it along the baseline. Oh, gorgeous stuff from Justin Moss.
Well, that's a top 10 play right there. Great stuff from Justin Moss, doing the little loop-de-loop underhanded layup.
Corey moves up the ball here for London. 5 minutes into this game here at Budweiser Gardens. Again, two other games happening in the NBLC tonight. Halifax taking on the Island Storm. They're pretty much deadlocked. 48-47, the Storm with the lead. 10:19 on the clock. That's Hakeem Wright with a contested three. It's no good.
Again, a very optimistic shot.
Bilal Ben collects here for the Orangeville A's. Leonard Whitfield up against Stephen Maxwell. Fires it across, Tipping with possession. I'm going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Just couldn't stay on those tippy toes there. Jamison Tipping just lets the heel land. Both teams, considering the reputation of the A's in past seasons, and also knowing that London's been the highest scoring offense in the Central, it's kind of weird that it's been a very defensive game so far. I know the score at 8-6 isn't huge yet, but both teams have just been sort of feeling each other out right here, trying to figure out what the other's going to try and do.
Warren Ward can't get that jumper to go. It's collected by Posthumus. Massive offensive rebound from the big man. Looks like he's going to draw some contact there.
And again, we see Posthumus draw the foul down low. I would continue to try and feed the ball down to Posthumus, because you can get these guys in trouble if they can't handle the size of Chad Posthumus, who at 6'11", 260 is a very difficult player to handle.
Well, just briefly, if you were just to take a look at the stats from last night in the Orangeville-Niagara game, Orangeville were able to keep Logan Stutz to just 10 points. And I believe around 10 rebounds, which I know a double-double is pretty good. But considering you're able to contain that guy who's been pretty much averaging around like 15 rebounds per game is very impressive.
Yeah, Logan Stutz and actually Justin Moss are probably battling out for Newcomer of the Year right now. And Justin Moss definitely won round one.
9-6, London with the lead. Jackson fires it to Bilal Ben. Now kicks it down low. Justin Moss takes it up for two.
That's one of the things people forget about Justin Moss, is he actually does have some range. A lot of his points do come from in the inside, but if he needs to step out a bit just to make that shot, he's capable of doing it, and that's what we just saw there.
Bounce pass down low. Posthumus has it up against Moss. He'll drain that one for two. So London go back down to Posthumus, and it's good for another 2 points. 5:36 on the clock in the first. Jackson Tyshawn Patterson playing defense against him until he was screened. That's an air ball, and it's moved up here by Patterson. He's into this game. He gives it off to Okori. Quick three. Yes.
Having Patterson and Okori on the floor together is just like drinking 8 Red Bulls. Both guys love running, and we'll see a little bit more excitement here. Jackson hits the deck there. But having Patterson and Okori together is devastating in terms of speed.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here at Budweiser Gardens.
your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jetliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin yang, come along. Well, we flew through Cincinnati and we all got really happy. Grabbed a bowl of that Skyline chili along the way.
The London Lightning with the lead so far, 14-8, 5:16 on the clock here in the first quarter at Budweiser Gardens. An energetic Budweiser Gardens, to say the least. The upper bowl is open and pretty much full, which is awesome to see. Of course, General Dynamics partnering with the Lightning for this one today. And also those green jerseys, as you might have noticed, kind of interesting. They will be auctioned off at the end of the game, with proceeds going to St. Joseph's Healthcare Foundation's fund for Parkwood Veterans Hospital here in London. Lewis Jackson goes to the line. As we mentioned before, 7 assists per game, second in the NBLC in that category. Jackson, 26-year-old, one of these Orangeville A's players that comes with a lot of experience. We saw a couple players with D-League resumes, and he's another one of them. Also played some good basketball. He's a former Boilermaker from the University of Purdue. That's correct. I just want to say Boilermaker, I'm not going to lie. Boston collects the ball, and London get their offense set. 5:10 on the clock in the first. Posmus up top. He's going to look to move down low. That's Patterson. Misses that three, and the ball will fall into play off of London, so Orangeville will get a set to start their offense up. Eric Copes has come into the game for Orangeville as well at the break. So is Rick Bodiford, who has possession right now. Jackson trying to move around Patterson, trying to use the screen there to get Patterson out of the way. Down low here as we see Copes getting his first touches, the first overall pick, gets his first 2 points of the game. Yeah, it's been a bit of an adventure for Eric Copes to get here, too. He's actually drafted by Niagara. And, I mean, clearly they got an all-right front court with Logan Stutz. So Copes ended up in Orangeville. He's played some good minutes, had a huge block the other day. Ward takes the ball off the bounce and looks like he'll be fouled. He's going to take a trip to the line. 4:27 on the clock. London 14, Orangeville 11. My apologies, looks like the ball fell out of play. So 2 fouls for Orangeville, just 1 for the London Lightning so far this first quarter. Warren Ward for 3. No good, and it's collected here by Lewis Jackson. He's quick to fire it across. This is Rick Bodiford. He'll drain 2. And just like that, Orangeville brings the gap from 14-8 to 14-13. This is a key run for the Orangeville A's, major key. Bosmus with possession at the top of the key, and looks like that's going to be a jump ball. Looks like the arrow's pointing in London's direction. As we mentioned, the arrow's kind of dim from our point of view. Meantime, London making 2 changes here. Looks like Marcus Capers is coming into the game, and also Akeem Wright's coming back in. Posthumus and Stephen Maxwell making way. 4:05 on the clock in the first. London 14, Orangeville 13. Inbound coming up here. 13 seconds on the shot clock for London. Patterson gives it off to Okori. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Okori will get the shot off, but it's no good. Jackson on this near side, moves it across. This is Bodiford for three. No good, and it's collected here by Okori. Managed to save the play with a nice spin move as the crowd lets out a very nice ooh as Ward will keep possession. Hands it off, Akeem Wright with it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Wright keeps possession. Bounce pass to Okori, takes it up, and it's good.
Again, a little bit scattery, but the Lightning still able to put some points on the board. Nick Okori, he's been dynamic since coming back, and he's still trying to get his feet under him after coming back from that injury. Maybe tonight could be the breakout.
Bodiford with possession at the very top here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He takes it down low. It's tipped around and collected here by Copes. Fresh shot clock for the A's. Copes with a gorgeous play off that spin shot.
Excellent play from Eric Copes. And again, we don't know a whole lot about him, but if he can keep doing stuff like that, it's easy to see why he was the #1 overall pick.
2:45 on the clock. Loose ball, and Lewis Jackson will run, but he won't be able to get that one. 100-yard dash, not quite lined up there. So a timeout by Kyle Julius and the London Lightning as his team have a 1-point lead, 16-15 here at Budweiser Gardens. Justin Moss with 6 points. Nick Okori with 7. He seems to be the guy who has been really calling his own number for the for London Lightning so far this game.
And yeah, he's been a key addition to this team. He was a guy that gave up Brent Jennings, who's a very good NBL player, and Ronaldo Dixon, a guy who they had signed and they actually liked quite a bit. They gave him up along with Jennings to make the trade for Okori. And I mean, Okori's been one of the better scorers in NBL for the past 2-3 years, including a 41-point effort back when he was a member of the Mississauga Power. So Nick Okori, definitely a key addition to this lineup. I'm sorry, one of those mini basketballs they're throwing right now just whizzed by our faces, and someone has an arm that can put that thing into the second deck. That's impressive. That's a very good arm.
It's distracting to say the least. 16
Fair.
to, yeah.
I don't usually see mini basketballs whiz past my face of these things.
That's all that needs to be said about that. 16-15. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, Chris. 2:42 on the clock in the first. 2 fouls for Orangeville, 1 for the London Lightning. One thing with the Orangeville A's is we've seen they tend to get in foul trouble. They've done it against London, but when you look at last night's win that they had against Niagara, they only had 16 personal fouls, which is awesome. I mean, for any team in this league, as you see a jumper on the far side, it's no good. Collected here by Akeem Wright. Okori has possession. But yeah, if you're able to keep those players in, I know we've seen Tipping receive a technical and be taken out of the game. Unfortunately, he's a very skilled player, but you know, at this level, when you have personal fouls that get you out of the game, no coach is happy about it.
And it's impressive the way they've been playing too, because they had 70 rebounds in that game against Niagara. So clearly there was an interior presence, and they were banging down low, and still didn't manage to pick up that many fouls. So clearly they're playing some good disciplined basketball.
18 offensive rebounds in that game as well, as we see Tyshawn Patterson nailing 1 for 3 from the outside. So make it 19-15, 2:10 on the clock in the first.
Only 3 players have scored for the London Lightning so far in this game.
19 points to their names. Lewis Jackson to Bodiford on the far side. He definitely stepped out of bounds there just with that right foot. So London will get possession again as another Orangeville player steps out of bounds.
Wonder if the line just sort of curves inwards over there, because that's the second time already we've seen out of bounds called.
Yeah, just as the 3-point line bends into the semicircle, just seems like that's the spot. Kevin Lozelle comes into the game for London. Marcus Capers with possession. Minute 50 on the clock. Lots of movement here as Mustafa Jones tipping that one down low. Akeem Wright gets fouled. He's going to go to the line.
And again, I like the way the Lightning are drawing these fouls down low, because if you can put guys like Leonard Whitfield and Justin Moss on the bench, there's not a whole lot of depth in terms of their bigs for the Orangeville A's. They kind of have to run with those two for most of it. Eric Cope's put in some good minutes there, but he hasn't been a guy they've necessarily counted on for that. So if you can put Leonard Whitfield and Justin Moss into some trouble, you can put the whole team into some trouble.
1:42 on the clock in the first. Keem Wright at the line. 26 points, 14 rebounds to his name last night. There's a big rebound from Kevin LaSalle. Ball gets tipped out.
I think they're going to say out of bounds. Yeah, it looked like his foot stepped out.
Minute 39 on the clock as some boos rain down at Budweiser Gardens. Should mention Kevin LaSalle received his championship ring last night.
Great applause for it, too.
Which was mixed in with boos while he was playing, which I thought was amazing. Booed when he was part of the London Lightning, but when you're honoring his time with the Windsor Express, they got to cheer for him. Up top, Orangeville with possession. That's a Marty chipping it off to Lewis Jackson. 3 seconds on the shot clock. This is Tipping getting the fade off. And it's a big rebound there from Capers. Looks to his right to Tyshawn Patterson.
Tyshawn Patterson, I was about to say, I don't know if I like that shot, but I mean, if you're going to make it, why not? Ooh.
Some rough stuff down low there as the referee's making a quick chat to the scorer's table about that. And it's a foul against Tyshawn Patterson. Orangeville up to 4 fouls in the quarter with about a minute to go. The Lightning recording just their second foul of the quarter there. So Lewis Jackson goes back to the line for Orangeville. And a quick update on the games happening elsewhere. Niagara and Windsor just getting underway. They're about 3 minutes into that one. 6-5, Windsor with the lead. Meantime, Halifax and the Island Storm going at it. The Hurricanes with a 65-56 lead. 3:44 on the clock in the third quarter there. Tyshawn Patterson with it. Akeem Wright charges down the baseline. And the refs are going to blow that one down. Looks like it's a foul.
Threw up an absolute prayer, but it almost went in there. Jeez. Akeem Wright, he actually can play the three. He's really naturally more of a wing player, but he's been playing a power forward role, and he's actually excelled in that, which I don't think a lot of people expected from him.
As you see, it goes to the line. Again, 14 rebounds last night, went 8 for 23 from the floor.
He was also one of the league's early stars during his time with the then Oshawa Power.
That's right. Kansas State grad. It's a
good basketball school.
Absolutely. Second shot is no good. It's tipped around. Kevin LaSalle will grab it, and he puts it back. Athletic stuff from the big man.
Kevin LaSalle kind of riding a bit of a high from getting that ring, maybe. He's one of those guys he's a pain to play against, but boy, are the Lightning glad to have him.
Jackson bounce pass down low to Leonard Whitfield up against Kevin LaSalle. The fade is good. Good stuff from Glenn Whitfield.
Glenn Whitfield, another one of these athletes. He's got a little bit of a mid-range game to him, and that's one of the things he's been really good at during his time with the Orangeville A's, and then Brampton A's before that, of course.
The clock winding down here in the first quarter. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 8 seconds on the game clock as well. Tyshawn Patterson will draw the foul.
Again, that's another foul on the Orangeville A's, so that'll give them 6 in the quarter, which is a lot for a first quarter considering the Lightning only have 2. The refs haven't really been blowing down a lot of stuff that's been happening because, to be honest, there could probably be more both ways. But as far as the A's are going, they're just getting a little unlucky. And, you know, I'm not saying you should foul, but maybe don't get caught. So
if it was just that easy. 26-18, 5.5 seconds left in this first quarter. Patterson's second shot is good, and Orangeville quickly looking to get a shot off. Now down to 3 seconds as we see Lewis Jackson taking it all the way, and that's going to be a foul.
Blocking foul there. They're going to call the blocking foul on Capers. I'm going to have another look at that one.
And looks like a couple, needs to say concerned fans, and we're not exactly sure if that was the right call, but regardless, good play from Jackson to draw that foul.
Capers talking to the ref who made the call right now. So is Coach Julius, actually.
With just .2 on the clock, Jackson drains that first shot. Misses that shot as we see London collect that to end this first quarter. So 27-19. London with a pretty good lead here in the first quarter against the Orangeville A's at home. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth. London shooting 50% from the field so far tonight.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job of making sure that they get open. And they've been moving around on offense a lot too. One of the problems with the Lightning last year is there were a lot of people standing around. This year, nobody's a spectator. They got all 5 guys moving well. The ball's moving around too, which is one of the concerns I had, because historically guys like Patterson and Okori tended to be shoot-first guys. They weren't guys racking up a lot of assists. Patterson, in fact, as a point guard, only averaged 2 assists per game. So I wasn't really expecting them to come in here and be passing guys, but what we've seen is the whole team has bought into a system and it's paid off here.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here at Budweiser Gardens.
This is what I made of. No one can control me. This is what I made of. Now I'm feeling This is what I made of. No one can control me. This is what I made
As we get a look at the London Lightning bench, Kyle Julius having a quick chat, but as we mentioned before, they're shooting well from the floor and they seem to be doing well defensively as well, holding Orangeville to just 19 points in that first quarter.
Yeah, Orangeville only shot 8 of 20 in that quarter, and I think we've seen from Orangeville here that some of those shots were not very well advised, and then of course you get 2 possessions taken away for out of bounds. There's just not a lot of polish, I guess, to their offensive game right now. They're doing a lot of things right. However, when it comes to the moment for that final shot, they have a guy step out of bounds or something funky about the delivery of the shot. It just seems like they're having a little bit of bad luck so far.
Inbound coming up here for the Orangeville A's. Again, they're down 27-19 here at Budweiser Gardens. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth. Mustafa Jones, he's standing there beside Jameson Tipping. As we see Orangeville getting set. David Tyndale running offense now. Tipping collects. Gives it to Bilal Ben. Looks at Tyndale down low, or down in his corner rather. 7 seconds on the clock. Ben moves it across, top of the key on the fade. It's good.
Great play there from Bilal Ben, one of the early stars for the Orangeville A's. He actually hit a huge game-winning shot in their opener against the Windsor Express. So definitely a guy you can count on a bit in the clutch, but showing a little bit more than just prime-time behavior.
3-point from right on the far side. It goes up for an air ball. Bilal Ben with one of the many buzzer beaters in the first couple weeks of the league. 11:19 on the clock. Marcus Capers getting set to inbound here for London. They've got the ball. They got a 27-21 lead. So close for Akeem Wright as he draws the foul. He'll go to the line instead.
It's another foul on the front court. Richard Marty going to take that one there.
And Wright goes to the line once again.
looking at some of the people with foul trouble on the Orangeville A's, you've already got Tipping, Tipping and Whitfield with 2 each, Moss with 1, and now a Marty with 1. That's all 4 of their bigs who play the majority of the minutes. Obviously, they're not in foul trouble yet, but it's not a very promising sign that you're picking up that many fouls early.
Well, Justin Moss has just come into the game to replace Whitfield. Moss with 4 fouls and 6 points. He's going to play the pick there in front of Tipping, who keeps possession. He's got Posthumus guarding him. 8 seconds on the shot clock, can't get that shot to go. It's collected here by Akeem Wright, but he's going to be fouled by Justin Moss, and just like that, Moss now with 2 fouls to his name.
Yeah, that's the 3rd front court member now sitting at 2 fouls. Again, it's not going to be a problem yet, but it's kind of an ominous sign that they're already getting into these kind of troubles here.
3 fouls for the A's so far this quarter. Again, we're just a minute into this quarter. Mustafa Jones with possession. Takes it to Posthumus, up against Moss. Couple spins, he fires it, it's no good. They're gonna call a foul. Looks like that's gonna go against the A's and Justin Moss. No, my apologies, looks like the...
yeah, they were re-announcing the previous foul.
My apologies on that. 10:35 on the clock in the second. It's a foul against Maxwell. Marty with possession. Moss charges the lane. It's no good. Collected here by Mustafa Jones. Started last night. So you see Tyshawn Patterson throwing a 3. It's no good.
Bad shot. There was no one under the cylinder. There's no reason to shoot that 3 that early in the shot clock.
Bilal Ben. Got a Marty to his left. Takes it up top instead. David Tyndale takes it back down low. Moss collects, tosses it back.
Justin Moss with a little bit of a stare down after that basket. I'm not sure you should be doing that when you're down 29-23. He's had a good game though, 8 points and now 5 rebounds, pardon me.
Ball down low, takes up to Mustafa Jones. 10 seconds on the shot clock, a 3 from Jones, no good. And it's taken up here on the near side by Bilal Ben. Moss, long 2, no good. Big rebound by Ben, he's down low. Another big rebound there from Maxwell. 9:15 on the clock. Maxwell, or Tyshawn Patterson rather. Moving it around, gives it off to Jones up top. And they're gonna call traveling against Jones. So Orangeville ball. Meantime, a couple of changes on both sides. We see Warren Ward coming into the game, as well as Nick Akori. Meantime, Tipping and looks like a Marty's coming out of the game for Orangeville. Looks like Bodiford's coming into the game along with David Tyndale.
One of the things I thought Orangeville had worked for them a lot last time they were here in London was Bodiford at point guard. We haven't really seen him do that yet. I'd like to see them try it.
Long 3 is no good there from Flanard Whitfield. My apologies. He was the guy who came into the game. And they're going to call a foul. Chad Posthumus not happy about that. 8:48 on the clock in the second.
I'm not even sure if that one was on Posthumus, so I think he's just frustrated by foul calls in general.
The foul's going to go against Warren Ward. So Bilal Ben goes to the line. First shot's good. 29-year-old, as we mentioned with that buzzer beater in Windsor, gave Orangeville their first win of the season, and they've only had 2 since. 2 wins since Boxing Day. When you really think about it, it's been about a month with only 2 wins, with one of them coming just last night. So Lewis Jackson comes into the game, and David Tyndale comes out for the Orangeville A's. End of the third quarter with between Halifax and the Island Storm. 73-62 is the score there. Ward with the ball, off to Posthumus at the top. Akori with possession, 3 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to get it off. He will in time. unbelievable stuff from Nick Okori.
Wow, and as soon as he turned that corner at the top of, oh, here's could be a good play.
Oh, it's no good from Bilal Ben as he took it underneath. Corey has possession, but that last play was fantastic as you see Okori trying the jumper, a bit of a heat check there.
100% a heat check. He just made a pretty crazy shot one way, so you just got to make sure the hand's hot.
The toss up from Jackson's no good, or my apologies, it is. To see Okori collecting the ball. 31-27, London with the lead. 7:50 on the clock in the second quarter. Wow. Nick Okori versus Lewis Jackson. That battle is proving to be interesting, that's for sure. Posthumus getting double teamed there. As you see, his pass is errant, and Orangeville will get possession.
Posthumus seems just a little bit frustrated out there. I think he knows that Coach Julius is expecting him to draw a bunch of fouls and hasn't done too much of it, but I'd like to see them give it to him in the post and just see what kind of havoc he can create down there.
Pass down low, it's collected by Moss. He'll be fouled as he takes down 2. So Justin Moss up to 10 points, and he's looking at the possibility of getting an 11th here.
He just has such an incredible sense of where he is in relation to the basket, it seems, at all times. So no matter what kind of contact you hit him with, no matter where on the floor it is, obviously, you know, outside of the mid-range, he's maybe not making that shot, but he has a sense of where he is in relation to the basket, and he has a great touch on every shot he puts up. So he's able to just really finesse the ball in with his hands and then power through it with his body.
Okori fakes the shot, takes it down low. This is Posthumus, definitely a foul against Mr. Flen Whitfield.
That's going to be his third too, and again, we mentioned maybe depth of the front court becoming an issue for the A's. We're going to see that here. We've already seen them rotating a lot. We've seen Copes in the game, we've seen Whitfield, Moss, and Jamison Tipping all on the floor already, a Marty too, so it'll be interesting to see who comes in to replace him now, as it looks like there is indeed a substitution coming.
Keep in mind they've still got Robert Diggs on the bench. He's listed on the roster. Eric Copes is the one coming into the game to replace Flenard Whitfield. But again, they've got Robert Diggs, who I believe played against London. He's made a couple appearances for the A's so far this season.
There's also Anto Rich, the former
That's
Moncton
correct.
Miracle as well.
Ball down low, collected by Copes. Long 2 is no good. It's collected by Posthumus. Patterson and Okori, you just see how quickly they can move down the court. Posthumus lugging behind. He will drain it, likely by the help of Marcus Capers there.
Yeah, I think it was actually Capers' bucket, although the PA just said Posthumus. Capers actually, I think, got a hand on it. No goaltending. Offensive goaltending, of course.
Maxwell takes possession, hands it off to Nick Okori. 6.5 left in the quarter. Ooh. Ooh. Wow.
Team physician's going to be busy fixing some ankles if Nick Okori keeps doing this. Holy.
Just realized I called that by saying ooh, ooh, wow. That was very good. That was Nick Okori who drained that, by the way. Oh, nice steal there by Bodiford, and he'll take up 2.
Caught Maxwell sleeping that time.
And that'll cut down London's lead 38-31, exactly halfway to go in this second quarter. Posthumus collects it. Oh, he'll lose it. And now here comes Lewis Jackson, ushering his players ahead. He's going to fire it into the corner. Bodiford won't be able to keep it in. Unfortunate considering how much space was on that near side.
Yeah, Rick Bodiford had a really great opportunity to put up some points there, and unfortunately unable to do anything with it. Looking at some of the numbers right now, the Lightning are shooting 44% compared to the Orangeville A's at 37. One of the other differences between the two teams, of course, the London Lightning have shot 12 three-pointers compared to only 6 for the Orangeville A's, and the A's are 0 for 6. Some of the leaders right now, Nick Okori at 12 points for the London Lightning leads the way. Tyshawn Patterson has 8, and Posthumus has 7 points, 5 rebounds. Taking a look at the A's, Justin Moss, 10 points, 6 rebounds, both lead the team. Other contributors, Bilal Ben with 6 points, and 5 points from Lewis Jackson to go along with his 3 assists, 2 rebounds. The bench has also been a little bit of a factor here for the London Lightning. 12 points compared to only 8 for the Orangeville A's. And off of the turnover, the A's have actually been having most success. They've only gotten 4 turnovers, but 3 of those times they put points on the board with 6 points off of turnover. Maybe they want to start trying some more pressure here, force the Lightning into a couple more mistakes.
38-31. London with the lead here at Budweiser Gardens. Niagara and Windsor also playing tonight. That's a 7:30 start. They're a bit behind us, 21-21. That game's tied as they near the end of the first quarter. Unfortunately, we won't have What's Cooking with Bill Ovens, unfortunately. As you may have remembered, he's down south somewhere. I believe it's the Dominican.
Yes.
I kind of just, when he was talking about he wasn't going to be there, I just, I don't really listen to Bill. I just kind of talk it.
Whoa.
I'm kidding, obviously. But we are going to have Jake Beckett coming on at halftime, and he's a person that, if you're familiar with the league, especially with some of the Facebook pages that have cropped up about the league, he's definitely active on that and a big NBLC nerd. So we'll be looking forward to picking his brain a bit. He's pretty much watched every single game at this point as we see Maxwell taking possession. It's tipped out, collected there by Tyshawn Patterson in the corner. Works it around, collected by Maxwell. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Ball's going to fall into play off of London, so they've only got 2 seconds to get something set up here.
Well, there's the pressure I was talking about. The A's have had their most success in this game when they're aggressive on defense. I don't know why you ever turn that down, really. I understand the foul trouble for their front court, but their guards are certainly capable of doing it.
Corey airballs that one off of that obviously contended shot, as we see some good ball movement here by the Orangeville A's. Copes can't get that floater to go. It's collected by Capers. Fires it down. Corey. No foul call. Looks like Tyshawn Patterson collected it, so a fresh shot clock for the Lightning as they get things started.
I like that decision by Patterson to slow it down a bit, too.
Makes a bit of space, fires the 3 off. Looks like more like a pass, though. Down low, wide open. That's Marcus Capers.
Marcus Capers finishing off the play there, but a lot of the work done by Tyshawn Patterson. I actually think he was trying to shoot that 3 and draw a foul off of it, but the refs decided not to have that.
That's Justin Moss. Can't get that one to go. It's collected. Oh, it's tipped loose. Justin Moss. Unbelievable as you hear Kyle Julius in the background there urging his team on. He's not very happy with that as you saw Maxwell with possession. Justin Moss just strips him of the ball after that defensive rebound. It's good from Lewis Jackson on the far side. Make it 40-34.
And I like this by O'Corey. Just slow it down a bit. You've got a 6-point lead. Slow it down, let the half run out, kind of break this team down a bit.
Capers with the ball up top, but all the attention is on the baseline as the refs blow things down. Looks like that was Nick Corey going to ground. And it's going to be a foul against Bilal Ben, his 2nd of the game, Orangeville's 5th of the quarter. Kevin LaSalle comes into the game, and Stephen Maxwell will make way.
Yeah, London again, we know the bigs on Orangeville, there's not a ton of depth there. So now what Kyle Julius is trying to do is throw a bunch of fresh bodies at him to try and tire these guys out.
Capers collects it in the key, drains it. 42-34, 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Justin Moss hands it off, and it's going to be collected here by Lewis Jackson, who finds lots of space down low. Easy for the 5'10 guard. Patterson with it. London on offense. Capers up against Bodiford. Bodiford giving him lots of space. He'll take it down low to Patterson, who takes it up. No good. Collected by Lewis Jackson, who will keep the ball in play. Oh, my apologies, going to wait for it. And it's collected there by Patterson. He's going to take a 3, and it's good. I'm not exactly sure why he was waiting on that ball.
I have absolutely no idea. The coach, Chris Wallace, is steaming right now on the Orangeville bench.
Yeah, so the ball came down. If you didn't see it, because there was a bit of a crowd there, ball came down, and it just kind of let the ball roll on the ground. And he kind of just said everyone to stay away from it. But London players picked it up and scored. Bodiford will draw the foul.
I really have no clue what that was about at all. That's one of the more bizarre plays I've seen.
Regardless, 3 minutes to go. And Orangeville will go to the line in the form of Rick Bodiford. And another NBLC veteran, played in Laval, Oshawa, and Brampton. Now in Orangeville. One of the rare NBLC players who can say he's played in 4 different markets. 3 of which don't have teams anymore. Inbound comes up from Capers here. Patterson with possession. Capers on the near side. Takes it up for 3. Ref's going to blow that down. Looks like that's going to be a foul against Copes.
Yeah, Copes definitely gave a shove on Patterson there. He's very much not happy about that one, though.
And that's Copes' first foul of the game, team's 6th in this quarter, 2:50 to go.
It's another big picking up a foul.
Right up top. Moss playing defense against him. Here's Tyshawn Patterson, top of the key, trying to make a bit of space. Bit of a mismatch here. Takes the ball up, it's collected, and now here comes Justin Moss. 3 London Lightning players around him, and it doesn't even matter. As you see the O's come down from Budweiser Gardens, that was a fantastic play. No good on the 3 there for McKeem Wright. LaSalle collects it, and they're going to call a bump against Justin Moss.
Yeah, it's definitely the right call. LaSalle ended up stepping out of bounds, and for a second I thought that's what the ref was calling, but Moss now picking up his 3rd foul in this game. So Moss and Whitfield both with 3 fouls as LaSalle now heads to the line.
45-40. Warren Ward comes in the game, and Tyshawn Patterson makes way.
Gotta say, the sock game for Kevin LaSalle, excellent tonight.
I was just about to say that. I'm not sure if that's tape or if that's, it's hard to tell.
Looks like some matching green and white socks to go with the green jerseys for tonight's game.
Couldn't get yellow shoes, unfortunately.
I feel like it would be hard to find green and yellow socks as well, so.
Very true.
You know, making do with what you have.
Second shot from LaSalle is good to make it 46-40, 2:20 on the clock. And Orangeville making a quick change. It looks like Ento Rakes coming into the game. And Justin Moss making way. So Moss leaves the game with 12 points, 6 rebounds, leading his team in both categories there. Bounce pass down low. It's collected here by Ben. Taking up top, this is Jackson with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 2 minutes on the game clock. Ben tries to work around. He runs into Kevin LaSalle. Balls get tipped out, and it's good for 3 on the far side. And that is Bilal Ben.
Great assist from Lewis Jackson, too, to find him. It looked like that play had run out of space, but Jackson makes a brilliant pass.
3-point game as we see Akeem Wright taking it down low. He's stripped to the ball. Capers, very good defense there from Rayek, getting involved in both of those plays. 1:36 on the clock. Can Orangeville tie this game up? 1:30 left. Fired across. Bodiford with it. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Ben, another 3, back-to-back. No, he'll airball that one, and it's collected here by Copes. Big defense, offensive rebound. Can't get that one to go. Definitely a risky shot, trying to put that one back after the rebound. Corey with possession. 1 minute to go in the second quarter. Corey takes it down low, slammed. They're going to call a foul on Copes.
Copes has had some great blocks too, but he's not happy about that one.
All right, Lightning fans, we want to say a happy 44th wedding anniversary to Wayne and Glenda. You can see it on the big screen.
46-43.
At Budweiser Gardens, happy anniversary.
Minute to go. Again, Orangeville with down in this game, obviously for all of it, looking to kind of crawl back into this game heading into halftime. Of course, know what's cooking with Bill Evans. We'll be talking to Jake Beckett again as we go across the NBLC and see what's happening. Again, a guy with a wealth of knowledge about the many different players and teams in this league.
If you're a fan of the league, you've probably seen his top 10 videos too.
Of course. Jackson. Bilal Ben. Back to Lewis Jackson, 4-3, and it's good as the Orangeville A's get their 3-game going, make it 47-46.
Lewis Jackson been a key factor in this third quarter. He now has 13 points to lead the A's in scoring. As we see another 3, that won't go.
Warren Ward on the near side, and now here come the Orangeville A's. Can they take the lead in this game? Ben with possession. You see Capers just trying to creep in. Ben can shoot from pretty much anywhere as we see the ball handed off to Rick Bodiford. Trying to make a bit of space for him as he takes it down low. He'll be fouled as he goes to ground hard. 12 seconds on the game clock, 7 on the shot clock as we see Bodiford going to the line here for 2.
I like the aggressiveness of that play because we've seen one of the problems that the A's are having is they're very badly losing the foul battle. It's 14-7 right now in terms of team fouls, and a lot of those fouls coming to key players on the A's. So if I'm the Orangeville A's, I want to attack. I want to get London in some foul trouble. I mean, we've seen Chad Posthumous and Stephen Maxwell get themselves into foul trouble before. It's not like it would be a new thing for this team. So why not attack those guys, see if you can cause some problems.
Orangeville with their first lead of the half, 48-47, 5 seconds to go in the half. Here's Akeem Wright, dangles along, tries to get the 3 off. He will, but that will do it for the first half of play here at Budweiser Gardens. Orangeville with a 48-47 lead here at Budweiser Gardens. Marty Thompson and now Jake Beckett.
Hey Marty, how are you today?
Good. This is a new halftime segment. Of course, we always have What's Cooking with Bill Evans. He hasn't been fired. We would just like to mention that quickly. You know, I know people would be wondering. But Jake introduced you as a guy who's got a wealth of knowledge about the league, and we're going to be talking a lot about the league. But first, I guess your thoughts in this game so far. Orangeville taking the league late by the strength of guys like Justin Moss.
Well, they're definitely not playing like a team that's near the bottom of the league right now. London's at the top, absolute reverse of what they usually play like. They're taking it to London right now. For the most part, London was able to hold them off quite a bit, but late push, like you said, off the back Justin Moss and a couple other of their key players, and now they're leading this game coming into half.
Your thoughts on how Orangeville has played tonight in terms of systems? You're a guy that sees a lot of that kind of stuff. Your thoughts on how they've been playing so far tonight? I know that they pass the ball quite a lot. They're second in the league in assists per game. Your thoughts so far?
Well, they're playing a lot of small ball, but they also have a lot of size on their wings. Something London doesn't really have. They're playing small guards. London doesn't really have a point guard, a starting true point guard. So what Orangeville's doing is they're playing small ball. They're taking Chad Posthumous, Maxwell right out of the game, and Washington hasn't even come in yet because there's been no need for bigs. So Justin Moss is just hammering him down low because they can't guard him with their size.
Absolutely. Quick update on the games happening elsewhere. The Halifax Hurricanes up 85-75. About 3:40 to go in that game. Also, Niagara up on Windsor 34-32. About 6 minutes to go. Niagara has kind of been one of the important talking points of the league so far, Jake. You've got guys like Logan Stutz and Sammy Zaglinski lighting it up. What are your thoughts on Niagara so far? Do you think that they'll be able to push for the playoffs? We're assuming that every team will make the playoffs like it has been for the last year. Do you think that they're a team that they could actually push on and, I mean, who knows, maybe even get a championship?
They should be. They've got the key pieces, like you said, Stutz, as well as Zaglinski.
Yeah.
Like they got 2 all-star caliber guys. These guys are averaging over 20 points a game. Zaglinski, is leading the league in assists. So they have that down. If they can fit in the right pieces, I know their bench has struggled this year with scoring. They've been moving guys in and out from the starting lineup and back. If they can get a few key pieces to help those guys, I think they could definitely get out of the bottom of the Central and get back up to where they need to be really a contender in this league.
You watch a lot of this league. Talk a bit about some players out east that we maybe should be looking for that I know that once the finals come around, London Lightning fans and Windsor Express and I mean any one of these teams that makes it on, we'll get to see them. But what are some of these players out east rather, that have really been impressing so far?
Well, firstly for Halifax, they wouldn't be where they are now without Mike Glover. 6'8" big man, he just hammers teams down low. He gives up in height, but he does not give up in effort. He's somewhere around 22 points a game right now, almost 10 rebounds. He's picking up where the bigs in Halifax left off last year. I know this is a new team, but Halifax had a really good front court last year, and it's the same this year. There are 2 big guys up front. Kyle Hunt, he's got the height. He's a little bit shorter than McMorrow was last year. He's just as athletic, just as long, does the same things. And again, Mike Glover, he's killing it. On Moncton, actually, you know, they're playing better than their record suggests right now. James Justice is a big reason for that. He's a new face. I actually don't know his resume right now, but he's killing it for them as well. And he's playing some basketball out there for Moncton right now.
Absolutely. I mean, Halifax is the early contender out east, but if you could pick a team that you think would move on out of that division, who would you pick?
Last year I would have said the Island Storm, but nobody knows what's going on with them right now.
I mean, what about the St. John Millrats? They had a fantastic start going 3-0, lots of veteran talent as well.
Definitely. They got almost a big four with Herring, Anthony Anderson, then they got
Gabe Freeman as well.
Down low, yeah. They're playing some really good basketball there right now, and their record doesn't show where they really are capable skill-wise.
Absolutely, as we're just getting through the halftime show here. Again, Marty and Jake Beckett up in the booth. Really quickly, I want to get more insight on the game so far today. Justin Moss, again, one of these guys that's been doing well, but foul trouble seems like something we've been talking about quite a bit. You've got a couple guys on 3 fouls already, and you know, with how Orangeville, my apologies, how they've been operating a bit this year, they've been prone to get into those positions. Foul trouble again just seems like that's one of the talking points of this game.
Well, yeah, when your players are in foul trouble, they can't be out there because you don't want to lose them for the late time of the game. This is a close game. It's better to keep those guys that got fouls on the bench, and that hurts you because Bodiford's playing well right now. Oh, not Bodiford. My apologies. Justin Moss, their best player, is leading them in scoring right now, but he's got 3 fouls at halftime, 3 more, and he's gone. So you can't lose Justin Moss late in a tight game like this.
Absolutely. So I'll just about wrap it up here for our halftime show. Again, Marty and Jake Beckett up in the booth. Jake, thank you very much for the time. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. We've got about 9.5 left. We'll be right back after that.
Mezzamara, mamma mia, mia cutterara, mamma mia.
Hey, Garrett, let's get some mozzarella.
Zumba, zumba, baccola. Oh, mamma, zumba, zumba, baccola.
Mamma mia.
Oh, mamma, zumba, zumba, baccola. Zumba, 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 baccola.
Hi there, Chris Croucher here for the first edition of Baseline to Baseline with the London Lightning. I'm joined by Mr. Warren Ward. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Not bad at all. You're from London. You've played pro basketball a bunch of different places. You were with the Power last year.
Yeah.
Did you ever think when you were making those pro stops and when you were sort of playing basketball all over the place that you'd ever end up in your own hometown?
No, never would have thought. I didn't even know London had a team up until I got here. So no,
okay.
I never thought I'd be here in London, not at all.
All right, so what's like the coolest part of coming back? Is it, going to all the places you used to go to growing up, seeing all the people from around here? Like, what's your favorite part?
I would say definitely seeing all the people.
Yeah?
But, yeah. I grew up with a ton of people here, and I get to encounter them a lot. So I'd say that's probably been the most beneficial part of this.
All right. Now, we know you had your Achilles injury last year. How was the rehab process? How did that all go about during the off season?
It was long and grueling, and really, it actually wasn't that painful, but it just took a lot of work and a lot of faith, to be honest. Like, I had to stay, I'd say, mentally strong throughout the entire thing, but I'm glad that I did, because it's tough. It's tough to, like, you just start doubting yourself so much, and that was the biggest obstacle for me, is knowing that I'd be fine.
And how good did it feel to come back, first game back in the NBL, putting up 31 points? How good did that one feel?
It felt good to get the win. That's the most important thing. I like, individual stuff, it don't matter to me anymore. I'm a pro and I've been doing this for a while now, so the win is all that really mattered to me. I mean, I'm just the outcome of it all, really. So, I say scoring all those points, it's great and all, but I gotta thank my teammates for passing me the ball in the first place. I'm just the one who got to finish the job.
Now, coming from Ontario, having been around when the Raptors first started, when everything built up, how much of an impact did pro basketball, whether it was through the Raptors or around you, how much did that, I guess, push you towards basketball and, I guess, drive you that direction?
Well, I grew up here, so I played soccer when I was younger, so it wasn't until I got to, I'd say, Brampton is when I really started to, even play basketball to begin with. So I would say, Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady definitely had a large impact on that. And the Raptors, I didn't really watch them, to be honest with you, but I just knew those two guys and I wanted to emulate them. So, I thank them a lot for sure.
Who was your team growing up?
Basketball team? Didn't have one.
Really?
No, I was a Manchester United fan, so that's a whole nother sport.
Right on.
Whole nother sport, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Warren.
No
Best
problem.
of luck tonight.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
No problem.
This is our Fiat 500.
Sweet.
And tell me what you guys think.
Oh, this is awesome. I can work with this. This car seems pretty good, although it's a little tighter than I imagined. That's a car, man.
What about this hot rod right here? What do you guys think?
I think we might get in a little too much trouble in this one.
Yeah.
Might get a couple tickets. Yeah.
Jeep Cherokee is our most popular SUV.
Okay.
And it's very stylish and affordable, as you can see.
Oh wow, this is great.
Yeah.
No, this is hey, I actually fit in this one too.
Tons of room inside. All right, guys, why don't you guys come in? What do you guys think?
I think we're gonna go with the Cherokee. Yeah, definitely the Cherokee. That's
Great,
awesome.
excellent.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
My son Ryan would have turned 15 on April 4th. But 2.5 years ago, my phone rang with that call that every parent dreads. Ryan had a severe asthma attack at school. He was rushed to hospital, but there was nothing they could do. A lot of people, when they hear about Ryan, say, but it was only asthma. That's so common now, and they're right. 1 in 5 kids in Ontario has asthma, so yes, it is common, but it also can be fatal. That's why we need to do everything we can do to make schools safe places for our kids with asthma. I hope that you will remember that when it's time to vote on Bill 20, Ryan's Law. The legislation is named in memory of my son Ryan Gibbons because it will help to make sure that no other parent gets that telephone call and that no other family has to go through that terrible grief of losing a child because they can't breathe. So please stand up for our kids and vote to pass Ryan's Law.
I'm the oldest of 4 kids, so when we were younger, we just go out back and play, and my father loved basketball. He instilled a good work ethic. I feel like it's always good to have mentors, especially at a young age, someone to look up to, maybe someone to confide in. Growing up, my siblings, I definitely felt an added responsibility to do the right thing. Set an example for them, because I knew they were watching my every move. Doesn't matter race, age, sex, whatever it is, it's a game that can be played by anybody. The guard usually tries to dictate the tempo, try to keep guys' emotions in check when the game's not going our way or things aren't going our way. Team's almost like a family in a sense. Somebody has your back on defense or on offense, off the floor. These are your brothers for the next couple months while we're playing, so we have to count on each other. You try and stay positive, whether they miss a shot or make a turnover, you try and encourage them to go on to the next play, and especially when things aren't going your way or somebody's yelling at you or telling you can't do something, you just laugh about it and go out there and prove them wrong. If you treat people the right way, then your teammates, your coaches, fans, everybody will kind of give you respect in return. You never know what someone's going through at their home life or how they're feeling inside. You definitely want to support them and try and stop the bullying if you see it or see them being mistreated, because your efforts can go a long way.
And we're back here at Budweiser Gardens, London versus Orangeville. The A's with a 48-47 lead. London with the ball here. Again, down in this game for the first time heading into halftime. Warren Ward takes a shot over Justin Moss. It's no good, and now here comes Lewis Jackson, the speed. He takes that one up. Finished athletically by Flanard Whitfield.
How is that not a foul on the way back, though? Wow.
Going back and forth here to start this third quarter as you see Chad Bosmus finishing it right at the rim on the far side.
Going back to that Flynn Whitfield play, Akeem Wright clearly in some discomfort there. He's been holding his wrist since.
Pass there is a kick ball rather. So again, 50-49. Orangeville getting set on the inbound here on the far side. Near side rather. Tipping. Tossing the ball off here to Jackson. Got Moss in front. This is Whitfield. Now here's Justin Moss. Nice pass. 3 seconds on the shot clock rather. And that's an air ball from Jackson.
Good defense there from the Lightning, something they could have used last quarter when they blew what was at one point a 9-point lead. Of course, the Orangeville A is now up 1.
Corey with possession. Nice little pass. Maxwell, and now down low to Akeem Wright. Maxwell will take it back. He'll be fouled, and he's going to go to the line. Big stuff by the London Lightning here, 51-50, as they look to take a 2-point lead here in the third quarter. Final update from the Halifax Island Storm game. The Hurricanes beat the Storm at 94-85. And also a quick update on the Windsor-Niagara game. The Express with a 53-43 lead. That game just heading into halftime. Moss takes it up against Posthumus, and it's good. Wow, Justin Moss having a great game. He's going to go to the line.
Well, as he has every game, he's been leading the way for the Orangeville A's. That bucket will give him 14 points in the game. And again, London hasn't really had a true answer for him. One would think it was Chad Posthumus, but hasn't really worked out that way. If Moss can stay out of foul trouble the rest of the way, he's got an opportunity to put up a lot of points.
Corey with possession. 10:24 on the clock here in the third. Postmus down low. Postmus up against Ward. Gets the shot off. It's no good. Collected by Whitfield. And the A's move the ball up. Again, they're just looking for their third win of the season, or fourth win rather. Whitfield drains that one easy from the top of the key. Orangeville looking for their fourth win of the season. This would be their second in as many games they're able to win tonight. London looking to keep this 5-game win streak alive and extend it to 6. Big defense there from the A's, and now here comes Jameson tipping on the near side. He's going to hand it off. That's Jackson with possession. Works it down to the baseline. Quick dribbles. He finds a man down low, and that's Leonard Whitfield once again.
And we see the start from the Orangeville A's because of guys who had to sit for the past little while, as we saw Moss and now Whitfield putting up some points here. That's going to be a foul on Wright. I'm not sure where that foul is going.
And the refs will, my apologies, it'll go against Bilal Ben, his third of the game. 9:24 on the clock. Inbound coming up here from a Corey rather for the Lightning. Shot from Ward. Ward on the near side's no good. Maxwell with the rebound takes it up. No foul there. Collected by Postmus. Fires it into the corner. This is a Corey for 3. Yes.
Big shot there from Nick O'Corey. Boy, was that ever a hectic possession there, but O'Corey gets the 3 to give him 16 points. That'll lead the Lightning in this game.
2-point game. Lewis Jackson, never mind, makes it a 4-point game.
Very quick answer, and Lewis Jackson, a very quick player, the guy to do it.
8:55 on the clock in the third. Again, London with the green tops, white shorts. Orangeville in the all-red strip. Akeem Wright with possession. Trying to work his way around, gets a bit of space on that far side. Can't get it to go, it's tipped around. Maxwell with a big offensive rebound. He's going to be fouled. The question is, who does it go against?
I think this one's going to be on Bilal Ben.
It's actually going to be against Whitfield. That's his 4th of the game. So as we mentioned, foul trouble definitely looming for the Orangeville A's, his 4th.
Looks like a sub's going to be coming in right away, too. 2 of them, in fact.
Eric Copes coming into the game along with David Tyndale. Obviously Whitfield making way along with Lewis Jackson. 8:39 on the clock. Inbound coming up here from Marcus Capers of the London Lightning. Looks far and says he's going to take it close here to Nick O'Corey. He'll miss that 3. Ball gets tipped around, and that's going to be a foul against Eric Copes.
Another front court foul there. I'm not sure what that one was for. We saw Nick O'Corey there, though, take very much a heat check shot. And he's kind of these guys who are very much shoot first, like O'Corey's going to do right here.
And he's going to airball that one.
They can be hit or miss, and it's sort of a live by the sword, die by the sword situation when you have a guy who can shoot the lights out, but if they're not feeling it, they can also take some very ill-advised shots, as we saw twice from Nick O'Corey.
That's going to be a jump ball, as you see Tipping trying to pull the ball away from Chad Postmus, and it's going to go London's way by the looks of it. 8:19 on the clock. Tyshawn Patterson coming to the game, and Nick O'Corey making way, leading the game with 16 points on the night. Nick O'Corey is also leading London with 3 assists. 4 fouls for the Orangeville A's, just 1 for the London Lightning so far in this third quarter. The A's have a 58-54 lead. We missed the first quarter. The A's down to London for the majority of the game, up to I think about 10-point deficit at one point, but they stormed back in that second quarter and just got the lead heading into halftime. Moss tries to fire the ball across. Capers will collect here for the London Lightning, and they're going to start things up. Tipped. Oh, looks like it'll be collected here by Akeem Wright. Takes it up. Can't get it to go. Collected by Maxwell. Another big offensive rebound from him, and now here come the Orangeville A's in the form of David Tyndale. It's going to be tipped out there by Akeem Wright. 19 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, a lot just happened there, so we'll start down on this end, or the end closest to us, the Lightning offensive possession there. Stephen Maxwell did a great job of getting that rebound, but something he'll learn from experience is that sometimes it's better to just keep it with you a bit, get yourself back under control, then go back up with the ball. That time he got a little crazy. And on the other end, some of the passes just ill-advised. You can't push or force a play that's not there. As we see a big 3 there from Richard Marty. Pardon me, David Tyndale. Very big height difference. I'm not sure how I made that one. Good job. Back to you, Marty.
Fantastic three right from Tyndale, as you see a very athletic play there from Tyshawn Patterson. He will draw the foul, though, as he'll go to the line. Yet another missed shot here for the London Lightning. I think we mentioned in that first quarter, or heading into the break between the first and second quarter, that London was shooting around 50%. They're now shooting just 32% to Orangeville's 45 from the field. Rick Bodiford preparing to come on here for Orangeville as Tyshawn Patterson gets his first.
Or maybe they're not allowed to substitute? I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, the refs just blew that one down, and looks like he's going to have to wait. Have to wait extra long here. Tyshawn Patterson for three. Can't get it to go. Collected here by Justin Moss. This is tipping. Ooh. Plays the ball as you just hear his knee hit the ground there. Big three from Tyndale again. Same spot, just a different side. Unbelievable. 7:09 on the clock in the third. Orangeville 64, London 55 on the strength of back-to-back threes from Tyndale. Akeem Wright, now to Marcus Capers. Tries for the answer back three. Patterson will not get that one. And they're going to blow that down. Foul against London.
I believe that's going to be against Posthumus. We've seen with London, again, we talked about the live by the sword, die by the sword nature of these shoot first point guards that London has. And we've kind of see it hurt them a bit here. And now Orangeville's been able to open up that 9-point lead because we saw Corey and Patterson both miss shots. And, you know, maybe those weren't the best shots to take in that moment. So for the London Lightning, you can attribute a lot of this lost lead to the fact that they kind of start playing a little out of control. I think they need to just rein it in a bit.
5 fouls for the Orangeville A's, just 2 for the London Lightning so far, 6.5 left in the third. Ball from Copes doesn't hit the rim. And looks like that's going to go London's way here as both teams make substitutions. You see Kevin Lascelles coming in, Richard Marty coming in for the A's.
I should also mention the A's didn't really shoot a lot of three-pointers in the first half. They've come out in this half and really started using the three ball. We've seen Tyndale make a couple big ones. We saw Bodiford make one. So one of the things that the A's are doing to get back in this game is they're using the three ball as a weapon, which is something they did a lot last year, so it's kind of surprising not to see that much this year.
Lascelles, 5 seconds on the shot clock. This is Tyshawn Patterson with it. He's double teamed. He'll go to ground with it, and they're going to call jump ball, and looks like it's going to go London's way again. And the shot clock expired there as well. 6:08 on the clock. So the shot clock is reset to just 1 second as London gets set on the inbound here. Kevin Lascelles on the far side. Ball's in, got to be quick. That's Capers asking for it. They're just going to toss it up. Maxwell with a valiant effort on the left hand there, underhand. It's no good. And looks like they're going to call an out of bounds there by Richard Marty in the far corner.
Again, it's like that line's just sort of chasing the heels of the Orangeville A's when they get that shot at the corner three. It's a good idea to shoot from there. I mean, it's the shortest three-pointer you can make on the court. If you keep stepping out of bounds, though, you might want to look elsewhere.
Nick Okori coming back into the game. Tyshawn Patterson making way for the Lightning. Again, 5 fouls for the A's, 2 for the London Lightning as we pass the halfway mark of the third quarter. Capers with possession. Finds Wright. Near side corner. 3 is good from Mr. Akeem Wright. 64-58. Tyndale. Bodiford. Moss. Spins underneath. Runs into Kevin Lascelles. No foul, but it is going to be A's ball. 9 seconds on the shot clock. And that's going to be immediate timeout here at Budweiser Gardens. Again, Orangeville A's 64, London 58. Chris, just looking at the stats, anything that sticks out here for you halfway through the third?
Just generally how the Orangeville A's step up their game in so many facets, and the London Lightning just sort of dropped a bit. I mean, going into this half, the A's were only shooting low 40% for most of the game, really, and the Lightning are shooting near 50% for most of the game. That number's completely swung in the other direction, as now London, who may have fallen in love with the 3-ball a bit too much, are now only shooting 32% on the game, 20 of 62. And that 3-ball that might be killing them, they're 7 of 25 from that distance, whereas the Orangeville A's have made 5, but only needed 13 shots to get there. And that kind of efficiency and shot selection is what has brought the Orangeville A's back into this game. Taking a look at another thing, the London Lightning have had a lot of fouls, or pardon me, the London Lightning have forced the A's into a lot of fouls. The A's have taken a lot of fouls, but the Lightning haven't really gone to the line that much when they've been fouled. So going in as the game continues, I'd like to see them just throw the ball up there when they're getting fouled. Get yourself to the line, make it harder on the Orangeville A's, get the easy shots, and they kind of stopped going into the post when I don't know why you would ever stop doing that. That's exactly what worked for you in the first half. You had Moss and Flanard Whitfield in foul trouble. You still do. Bilal Ben and Flanard Whitfield are both at 4 fouls. I would give the ball to whoever those two are covering and just tell them, go the basket, see what happens, get those guys out of the game so that we can let our scorers do their thing.
5.5 left in this third quarter. Why not another one? That's no good from David Tyndale.
Scrap that efficiency thing.
5:23 on the clock now. 1 second on the shot clock. See how quick they can get this one off. Down low, Bodiford swatted away by Capers, and now here comes Akeem Wright of the London Lightning. Cutting down low. Is he going to draw a foul? Yes, he will. And that's going to be Richard and Marty taking that one.
Now, I was about to say, I don't like the fact that he's going for it in that situation. He did not have numbers on his side at all. It was 3-on-1. But he still was aggressive, and he tried to get to the rim, and he tried to draw a foul. And I think that's the best thing you can ask for in what was ultimately a no-win situation for Wright. He gets to go to the line. Another big on the Orangeville A's takes a foul. I mean, that worked out pretty well for what looked like a scary bad situation.
First shot's good there for Mr. Akeem Wright. Orangeville getting set to make a change. Lewis Jackson getting set to come back into the game, leading his team with 15 points and 5 assists so far. And it looks like David Tyndale will be making way. So 64-60, again, the A's still with the lead here. Bodiford takes possession. Marcus Capers playing defense. Bodiford looks up. 15 seconds of the shot clock. It's tipped. Capers collects. Great defensive play there from Marcus Capers, and now here's Akeem Wright for 3. Over Rick Bodiford.
Huge shot from Akeem Wright, who has not shot that well all game. That's only his second made basket, but I mean, you can't be scared to take those big shots when you need them. Wright had the right situation and nails it.
And now here's Lewis Jackson. Won't draw the foul. He'll keep possession, though. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Down low, tipped by Marcus Capers once again. Another block for the big man. Akori? No, he can't get it to go, but there's the offensive rebound. Put back. Electric stuff here at Budweiser Garden.
Fans on their feet, and it all starts on the other end of the floor. Some great defense as Marcus Capers just about hits his head on the ceiling going for that block, and then you come down the floor. A bit of a wild shot from Okori, but Kevin Wazell more than makes up for it by getting the putback off of Stephen Maxwell's rebound and missed attempt.
I've never heard London's Budweiser Garden so quiet as that moment just before LaSalle put that ball in, but then after that it got quite loud in here.
And if you look at the game London's had, there haven't been a huge amount of momentum changers. There hasn't been a lot of big three-pointers that really swing things their way. And to get that kind of emphatic points on the board is a really good thing for them as the game continues. There's going to be a foul here on LaSalle.
Looked like, as you saw, Lewis Jackson trying to work around the player.
I didn't even see LaSalle reach towards Jackson there.
As you see all the players crowding around there, looks like some words exchanged as the refs get involved.
I think they're all talking about the plans they're going to make and meet up after the game for some friend time.
I don't think that's the case. No personal fouls called there or technicals or anything, so things remain the same as the ball being collected here by London Marcus Capers. Fires it across. This is Corey, 3:47. Corey down low, moves it around. Oh, unlucky there for Stephen Maxwell as he went to bounce the ball and it fell out off of his foot. 3:43 on the clock. 65 to 54. 65 to 64 rather. It's a close one here. Again, Upper Bowl open here at Budweiser Gardens. Massive crowd. Enjoying a fantastic game so far. They're going to call traveling there against Richard and Marty. 3:26 on the clock. Orangeville with 7 fouls, 4 for the London Lightning so far in this third quarter. London looking to add to their lead. Corey with possession. As you see Capers and Bodiford going to the floor. Looks like it was a mutual fall there. Keem Wright still with possession. Works it down low. That's a foul. A crucial one that will likely go against Eric Copas as he exchanges some words with a crowd, or a player, or rather a fan on the court side there.
Eric Cope seems to be talking a little bit to everyone right now. Again, former first overall pick. He's not a guy you want to get too fired up, and we've seen him jump out of the gym for some blocks in the past too.
First shot is good there from Akeem Wright. And Wright's a guy that ends up at the line quite a bit. He's gone 6 for 9 from the line so far tonight. And he misses that one. Another missed free throw though for London. They're shooting around 60% tonight, sitting at about 15 and 24. Lewis Jackson takes possession at the top. He's going to charge down the key, hands it off. This is Marty. He is going to draw a foul. Looks like the case. He's going to go to the line.
This game's gotten physical, but part of the close combat has been it's a little difficult to see who the fouls are on there. That one is going to be on Nick O'Corey, who picks up his 4th.
66 to 64. Jameson Tipping coming into the game. Bodiford making way.
I just had to double take there. I didn't realize that was O'Corey's 4th.
Yeah, London also experiencing a bit of the foul blues here. 2:51 on the clock in the third.
Well, for comparison's sake, they've got 7 fouls in this quarter, and they had 6 all of last half.
Collected there by Maxwell. Going to slow things down as he hands it off to Wright. 66 to 64. Wright with possession. Marty playing defense. And you can see Wright short. Another air ball in this game. A number of them as well. Jackson works it down low, takes it up. Oh, gorgeous stuff from Lewis Jackson. Evades 2 blocks. Take that up for 2 points to tie this game. Corey with possession on this near side. He's going to bring it around. Capers to his left. Work around the LaSalle screen. But they're going to blow that one down. And that's going to be against Lewis Jackson. Meantime, Marty heading out of the game, making way for Bilal Ben. 2:18 on the clock. 7 fouls for the Orangeville A's so far this quarter. 5 for the London Lightning. Again, Nick Okori mentioned with those 4 fouls, but 16 points. Gone 6 for 14 from the field tonight. He's now gone 2 for 3 from the line as well. Quick update on the Niagara-Windsor game. The Express with a 55-45 lead, 10 minutes to go in the third. Jackson moves it down low. It's blocked again by Capers, his 3rd of the game.
Bye-bye, Marcus Capers. Another big block in this game, and that's probably going to be a top 10 play right there.
Two minutes to go in the third. 67 to 66. In inbound coming up here from Jameson Tipping. He looks up. He's going to hand it off to Bilal Ben. He's working around to Keem Wright. Bounce passes to the top to Copes. It's no good, but collected here by the London Lightning. 2 minutes to go. Patterson. He's got LaSalle on the side there. LaSalle will take possession, but they're going to call traveling. So with 1:54, the Orangeville A's will look to regain the lead here at Budweiser Gardens. They're down 67-66. Jackson just crawling across here. He's got 17 points and 5 rebounds to his name, leading the game in both categories. Looks around, hands it off, gets it back there from Mr. Justin Moss. Fires it across. This is Bilal Ben. Now to Tipping, 4-3. Jameson Tipping, no good on that shot.
Live by the 3, die by the 3, and right now it's not going Orangeville's way.
Right, off to Tyshawn Patterson. It's distance 2, it's up, it's back down. Maxwell with a nice rebound. He can't draw the foul, but he can get another rebound. It'll fall out off of him though, and Orangeville will get possession.
Well, someone just yelled, "That's brutal," and I'm a little inclined to agree. Some of the calls, I don't like to rip on the refereeing. I know it's a very difficult job. Basketball is probably the hardest sport to referee, but that one on Maxwell was pretty obvious.
Justin Moss takes that one up. It's no good, and it's collected once again by London. Another nice stop here for the Lightning. They got a 67-66 lead, 53 seconds to go in this quarter. Easily collected there by Tipping. LaSalle with the errant pass there. Here comes Lewis Jackson, hands it off, and it's good from Bilal Ben.
Great play from Lewis Jackson. LaSalle gets caught trying to be a little too fancy on the other end.
Patterson moves it up for the Lightning. Hands it off to Akeem Wright. Orangeville with the lead here by a point. LaSalle for 3. No good as you hear it rattle off the rim. Jackson moving it up. 20 seconds to go in this game. Around 20 seconds left on the shot clock as well. It's now down to around 12 seconds. Again, Jackson still with possession. Even shooting a couple threes. He's going to bounce pass it off to Justin Moss. Distance 2 is no good. Collected here by Capers as the shot clock expires, as game clock expires rather. He's going to miss that shot. 68-67, the Orangeville A's with a 1-point lead. Marty Thompson, Chris Croucher up in the booth. Chris, Orangeville continue to battle in this third quarter to keep this lead.
Yeah, the A's have done a good job here. They had it get away from them just a bit at the end of that quarter there. But for the most part, they finally started taking a little bit of risks on the offensive end. And we saw that really pay off for them, and that's what got them back into this game late in the second and here in the third quarter. Some of the guys who played extremely well. Justin Moss, of course, 14 points, 10 rebounds.
We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Let's see it, buddy.
Your city, gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jetliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin yang, come along. Well, we flew through Cincinnati and we all got really happy. Grabbed a bowl of that Skyline chili along the way.
Don't forget to check out the Oxford Dodge Shoot to Win booth just outside the King Club. Sign up to compete on the court in the third quarter break for your chance to win a brand new Jeep Cherokee on the last home game of the season.
And we're back here at Budweiser Gardens, 68-67. The Orangeville A's looking for their 4th win of the season. London looking for their 6th win in a row. 4th quarter underway. Far side here as Orangeville start with possession. This is Jackson up top. Looks around, takes it into the corner. This is Whitfield. Top of the key, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Bilal Ben can't finish. It's collected here by Akeem Wright. Bounce pass, Patterson. Can't find a bit of space. Here's Ward moving it across the top, playing defense against him. Patterson up against Whitfield, bit of a size mismatch. Patterson spins. Off, amazing offensive play. My apologies, as you saw, was able to get a bit of space when he sent Whitfield into the corner, basically.
He was able to identify that mismatch, too. Has a way bigger speed advantage over Whitfield.
Near side, three-pointer, no good. And they're going to call out of bounds as another Orangeville, A's player steps out of bounds.
So apparently that sideline is following the Orangeville A's players. Maybe stand on the tippy toes. I don't know what you do there, but definitely a lack of court awareness from the Orangeville A's, specifically on one part of the court. So it's not all bad.
Well, and it's been pretty much every corner, but just the same part. As you see, Warren Ward can't really keep possession. I think that's probably happened about 4 times so far this game, which, I mean, at their shooting percentage, they're draining at least one of those. Justin Moss able to take that one down after that amazing bounce pass from Bilal Ben.
Yeah, great behind the back from Ben. I don't know how he even really got that to Moss. It looked like the passing lane was pretty much swallowed up, but he's able to make a brilliant pass, and Moss is going to head to the line. And again, we mentioned that I think the A's are better served to be aggressive, and they're starting to show that a bit more here. They kind of lost that lead they had built up to 9 points at one point. If they can keep being aggressive towards the hoop, and really it's the same advice for both teams here. They got to be aggressive and try and get the other teams in foul trouble.
Capers collects the ball off of Patterson. He'll give it back to Patterson for 3, contested, no good. It rims out, collected here by Flanard Whitfield. He's trying to move around Capers, and he elects just to pass it off to Jackson. He's got some wheels. He's moving it across. Can't really keep possession, as that's going to be a foul against Tyshawn Patterson. 71-69, Orangeville with the lead, as you see Lewis Jackson is getting set to come to his feet here.
One of the smallest players in the league at only 5'10", 165 pounds.
You can see just how quickly he can burst down the court. Just coming across from this near side to where that was in pretty much no time. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound coming up here from Bilal Ben. Jackson will be the one who collects. Tipping in motion on this near side. Ward playing defense. Fires it across. Bilal Ben moves it across the baseline. Keep moving it around. That 3 is no good from this near side, and it's a big defensive rebound there from London, but it's going to fall out of play off of Orangeville. So London will get the inbound here. 9:57 left in this one.
Again, if I'm London, one, I don't know why you don't put Paulsonus back in this game. See what havoc he can create down low, or give it to Maxwell or something. But I'd be going in the post because Copes is at 4 fouls, Whitfield's at 4 fouls, Moss is at 3. Why not try and get him in trouble?
Ward for 3, can't get that one to go after that really nice screen.
The 3's not going though. So you got to start throwing it inside. Just get some easy buckets.
Bilal Ben fires it across to Tipping. Orangeville get a 3 here. Make that 74-69.
And Orangeville set up those 3s by sending it into the post a couple times, because not only does that force the team to have to worry about the three-pointer, you can use that to spread the defense out, because now when the defense has to cover the three-point line, you've got a whole bunch of open floors. We see a big layup here.
Bilal Ben with the finish.
But part of the reason the Lightning are having trouble shooting the three-pointer is because they won't go inside. So if you aren't going inside, why should a team cover the post? So the Orangeville A's haven't really been sending anyone down low because the ball's not going there, and they know that. So when the Lightning do have an opportunity for a three-pointer, it's heavily contested and a no-go. That's why they're shooting 29% from three-point land. They're 8 of 27. You've got to try something else.
And I mean, you've got Chad Posthumus, and Curtis Washington hasn't even seen the floor yet tonight. You've got the bigs, and we mentioned that foul trouble from Orangeville early, and they've really been able to contain that. Only Bilal Ben has 4 fouls, or my apologies, Leonard Whitfield and Eric Copes do as well. But to have none of those players out of this game already is big, and also to have Justin Moss still only on 3 fouls is huge.
Well, Whitfield and Moss were down to 3 fouls about halfway through. We're at 3 fouls about halfway through the second quarter. So in a quarter and a half and even more of play, they've combined for only 1 foul. This was an opportunity that the Lightning could have exploited, and they didn't. And now they find themselves down 7 points.
I don't think Kyle Julius saw this coming, considering how well they started this game and kept the lead through the first and second quarter, but London down here as their 5-game win streak is in jeopardy. Meantime, Orangeville looking to win their 4th game of the season, and obviously their first game in possession with another one, as we're going to get a quick update on the Niagara-Windsor game. Windsor up 65-56 over the River Lions. And of course, in case you missed it, Halifax beat the Island Storm 94-85 earlier. Halifax now up to 9 wins. London looking to hit that 9-win plateau as well tonight. Inbound coming up here from Mr. Akeem Wright. He hands it off to Nick Okori, who's back in this game. 17 points, 3 rebounds to his name. Patterson trying to get in motion there. From Stingy D on this near side by a Marty. Works around the screen, trying to get him open. Instead, Okori keeps possession. 8 seconds on the shot clock. He'll try a contested 3, and it's no good. Ball didn't even go within the 3-point arc there. Bounce pass. Moss takes it, and they're going to call an offensive foul there.
Nick Okori doing a great job of getting in the lane. Took a big hit as he's going to bend over and take a bit of a breather there. Again, Justin Moss, a very large man to have body check you, essentially.
Justin Moss now with 4 fouls. That was his 4th. Orangeville's first of the 4th quarter, also worth noting. 2 fouls for the London Lightning so far. 8:28 on the clock. Patterson trying to get him open last play. Still trying to get open as you see a Marty playing defense there. Now tipping, working as part of that double team. This is Akeem Wright. Contested 3 is no good. And the ball falls out of play off of Orangeville, so London will inbound. 8:13 on the game clock.
Akeem Wright made a very clever move there when Patterson turned that corner to get himself open. As when Patterson turned the corner, not only did tipping follow Patterson around, but so did Patterson's original defender. I can't remember who that, I think it was Jackson on that play. And Akeem Wright got himself open. However, when he got the pass, if he drew the defender at the top of the key over to him, if he makes that 1 extra pass, that's a 3-pointer right there for the Lightning.
Inbound coming up. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Bounce pass down low. This is Okori. That's a foul against Glenn Whitfield. And that'll be his 5th. (76-69). As Okori gets set to go to the line after getting his 6'1" frame knocked around there down low. Coke's getting set to come in along with Bilal Ben for Orangeville. Shot's good. Orangeville making those changes as we see Justin Moss and Glenn Whitfield making way. Or my apologies, we'll see Jameson Tipping making way. 76-70. London bring this down to just 6 points, 8 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. A Marty for 3 up top. Airballs it. Ball falls out of play.
Ill-advised shot from Richard Marty there. He was very contested. I mean, the reason the A's got this lead is because they took the smart shot. So you can't just rush any old 3-pointer. It has to be a very, very well thought out shot.
Okori on the fade, it's no good. Obviously contested there. Kopes bounce pass Copes rather, with the bounce pass taken here. Gets the ball back. Marty. Moss. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Jackson on the fade, over Capers. It's no good. Collected though by London. My apologies. Looks like Orangeville was set to the offensive rebound, but ball was tipped loose.
I enjoyed seeing the fans on the sideline there prepare for Tyshawn Patterson to land on their laps. It's happened a couple of times this year already. And Tyshawn Patterson, a guy who just doesn't really have any sort of a slowdown function. He's going 100% all the way.
Inbound comes here for Orangeville. Jackson once again setting up this A's team. Got a 6-point lead, 7 minutes to go. He's gonna move this ball down low, takes it up. Oh, too easy from Lewis Jackson.
Lewis Jackson has been a standout for the Orangeville A's in this game. That's 17 points to lead his team.
Hakeem Wright cuts around, now working up against Moss. Himself into a bit of a hole. He'll give it off to Corey. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Corey going to use his speed, takes it up. It's no good. Tipped around. Who's got it? Maxwell does. He'll hand it off to Hakeem Wright for 3. It's good. London cut down the lead here, 78 to 30, or 78 rather to 73. 6:26 on the clock. Jackson, see a similar play, and say they'll kick it off to Bodiford, who is fouled by Hakeem Wright. So 6:17 on the clock. That's now 3 fouls for the London Lightning. The Orangeville A's also have 3 fouls to their name as well. Inbound coming from Bodiford. Hakeem Wright playing defense here for London. Jackson. He's got Copes right in front of him. Kick it out. Copes will take it. No, he will not. Ball falls out of play off of his fingertips. So London will get set on the inbound again. They're down 78 to 73. Tyshawn Patterson hands it off, and here's Nick Corey. 18 points to his name, leads London in that category. Also worth noting, Stephen Maxwell, 21 rebounds tonight. Hard to beat that, already beat his total from last night. Tyshawn Patterson takes it up for 2. There's no foul call, as like London's bench is a little upset over that. 5:43 on the clock, 78 to 75. This is Lewis Jackson trying to get it done for his team, and he will, as he's now got 21 points.
I thought he got fouled too. I mean, that was a crazy shot there from Lewis Jackson with Chad Posthumus all over him.
Lewis Jackson with 21 points, and I swear that half of those, probably more than that, have come in the paint from the 5'10" man. Patterson takes it up. It's good as London get the answer back, and Patterson will rush back on defense.
Looks like we're gearing up for a big finish here. Patterson, great effort. Both teams making some crazy shots here.
Lewis Jackson with possession. Gives it off to Moss at the top. Trying to work off Hakeem Wright. Give it off to Bilal Ben. That's a block from Chad Posthumus. London with a bit of momentum. They're down by 3 points. Corey. Will he take a shot? He's leading his team with 18 points. He'll bounce pass down low to Posthumus. Posthumus up against Copes. Fires it across. Patterson, deep 3. Oh my word.
Wow. Boy, did they ever need that. A team that's been struggling for the 3. Not afraid to take one more, and Tyshawn Patterson buries it. Tie game.
80 to 80. 4:21 on the clock. Jackson ends it off. This is Moss. He'll drain 2, and he'll...
No, he won't.
Offensive foul, rather. And I believe that would bring Moss up to 5 fouls.
That is, in fact, Justin Moss's 5th foul. Stephen Maxwell doing a great job standing in there, and the refs are... There's a lot of barking going on now between the refs, the A's, the coach, the players. Just a lot of barking.
82 to 80. Orangeville with the lead, London with the ball. Nick Corey moves it across. Bodiford playing D. Wright with a bit of space. Posthumus down low, up against Copes. Fires it across. This is Patterson trying to make a bit of room. 7 seconds on the shot clock. It's good from Tyshawn Patterson.
Tyshawn Patterson is this team's microwave, and right now he is heating up quick.
3:47 on the clock. Bilal Ben, bounce pass. Oh, wide open as Postmus falls to the ground. Unfortunately, he was unable to get that one to go. Ball's up here. Postmus can't collect.
Arrow is the Lightning's direction, so that's going to be Lightning ball.
3 minutes and 34 seconds to go in this one. Tie game. Akori moves it across. Maxwell getting set here again. 22 rebounds to Stephen Maxwell's name. Fantastic game from him on the boards. Akeem Wright looks down low. Postmus going to play the screen. No, he's going to fake the screen. Akeem Wright slips on the ground.
Carry.
Orangeville ball, 82 all. 3:17 on the clock. 4 fouls for the Orangeville A's, 3 for the London Lightning. It's going to come right down to the wire. Quick update. Windsor up 74-63 on Niagara. That just is heading into the fourth quarter. Moss up top. Jackson gets the ball back. Works around a screen. Gonna try to cut down low, takes it up. Very acrobatic stuff there from Jackson. It's no good. Now here comes the London Lightning. Nick Akori, yes, he's got it.
Huge bucket from Nick Okori there. Excellent job by the London Lightning getting back into this game. 2-point game, 2:50 left. Gear up, because it's gonna be a big finish.
2-point lead for London. Orangeville with the lead. Ref's gonna blow that one down. Didn't quite catch that one as looks like Orangeville is getting set to make a change.
Should make a note just now. Stephen Maxwell with 22 rebounds. That ties him with London's Chad Posthumus, along with Gabe Freeman, Mike Williams, and Tim Parham for the second all-time rebounds in one game at 22. The record is 24 right now, which was recorded in 2012.
Got lots of time for that still. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Jackson sitting at the top of the key, hands it off to Tipping around the perimeter. Now down low, this is Ben up top for 2. It's no good. It's collected here by Patterson. Big rebound. London looking to make this a 4 or even 5-point game, 2:15 on the clock. Akori waits. He's got right to his left. Posthumus down low to his left. He'll hand it off to Patterson. Patterson gets the ball back for 3 at the very top. He can't get it to go. Moss with an easy rebound, and now here come the London Lightning, or my apologies, the Orangeville A's, as Whitfield takes that one up for 2.
Got caught asleep coming backwards, and Whitfield just takes complete advantage there.
Minute 50 on the clock. Akori with possession. Tipping matching up with him. Fires it across the right at the top of the key here. Now to Patterson. He's working some very stingy defense from Jackson. It gets tipped, and Akori can't keep it from falling out of play. So Orangeville with a big stop, 84 all, and we see Coach Chris Thomas calling a timeout. Tie game late in this one. Marty Thompson, Chris Croucher up in the booth. This one is, as you said, it's going to be quite exciting.
Yeah, this is, well, Orangeville knew that this was going to be a crazy finish. That's why they called that timeout there, because now they get to set up a play and make sure that they get some points here on a crucial possession with only about a minute to go in this game. And my, has this ever been a wild one. Look for the A's. If I were them, get it low to Justin Moss, because worst case scenario, you can draw a foul and get yourself to the line there. This is going to be quite the exciting finish. I mean, there have been tons of games between the A's and the Lightning that have been just fantastic games, and this one has to be right up there with among the best of them.
I mean, there are a number of games, obviously, the A's being the Brampton franchise, but you look to that Game 5 in the playoffs, and I believe that was 2014, where London lost in Brampton off of that infamous non-goaltending call. And definitely going to be interesting for sure. As you mentioned off the top, London heading into this game, 5-point win streak, the league's hottest team, coming against the Orangeville A's, a team that really hasn't been rated very high so far this season. Obviously very early going, but they'll be hoping to get a bit of momentum. As Chris Thomas's men actually have a bit of time off after this game. They'll be hosting Moncton on Friday, and then they don't have to play for another week after that. So lots of time off. Only 2 games really in 2 weeks for this A's team after this game. Inbound coming up. And the refs are already calling something down low there.
Foul, I believe.
It's going to go against Akeem Wright, his 2nd of the game, London's 5th. So the inbound location changes. Here comes Orangeville. Bilal Ben with it. Sitting at the top. Nick Okori playing defense against him. This is Moss swatting away Chad Posthumus. Looks for the fade. Can't draw the foul. That's short. And now here comes London. Okori crawls across half. Again, tie game, minute 12 on the clock. Right in motion on the near side. Posthumus down low. Okori trying to make this play call. 7 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to call his own number by the looks of it. Takes it down low. Fades. Can't get that one to go. Moss takes the rebound as he steps back. Hands it off to Lewis Jackson.
Bit of a wild shot there from Okori. Orangeville with a big opportunity, but they just throw it away.
As the ball hits off of the backboard, now London with possession. 40 seconds to go. Okori.
They're trying to clear it out for Okori to get him the ISO. Or not.
Wright takes possession. Posthumus down low up against Moss. Patterson in motion. Orangeville playing really tight here. Wright for 3. No, it's no good. Collected by Tipping. Shot clock has expired. 19 seconds to go. Could be the last play. Lewis Jackson with it. Now down to 10 seconds. Okori playing defense. Whitfield in motion in front of him. Jackson for 3, for 2 rather. He's got it! 2 seconds on the clock. Timeout London. Fantastic stuff from Lewis Jackson.
The Orangeville A's smallest player makes the biggest of plays. Great job from Jackson. That was a contested shot too. He slowed it down, made sure that the A's get the last shot in that game, or at least what they hope is the last shot in that game. And again, 2.8 seconds left. The Lightning are in tough here to get themselves a tie game here to try and send this to overtime. Huge shot by Lewis Jackson.
Jackson now up to 24 points on the night. Also leads with 8 assists. No doubt the player of the game because his shots have really been clutch for this team. Just when it seems like they haven't been able to get anything going, Jackson will just sprint ahead and toss in a bucket.
Well, it's no coincidence that the Orangeville A's fixing pretty much everything and them stepping their game up also coincides with the times that Lewis Jackson was on the floor. I mean, the one time we saw the A's kind of dip a bit in that third quarter was when Jackson was on the bench. He has been the engine that's been driving this team tonight, and he has had a fabulous game doing so.
Here we go. 86 to 84. Orangeville with the lead. 2 seconds and 2.8 rather on the clock. London getting set on the inbound in front of their home crowd. A raucous full crowd. Everyone's still in their seat, anxious to see how this game's going to end. Inbound's going to come from Akeem Scott. Okori's in front here, as you can see. Bodiford's come into the game to play defense up against Corey. Here we go, right on the inbound. Who do they go to? Patterson's in motion on this near side.
Great
right.
defense.
Bounce pass, finds a Corey. He's got to take the shot for 3 for the win. He's got it! Buzzer beater! London win! Nick Okori! '87 to 86. London win, thanks to Mr. Nick Okori.
What a shot by Nick Okori. Incredible finish to an incredible game. Nick O'Corey with ice water running through his veins nails that final buzzer-beating shot, and it looked like a play that had failed. That was clearly drawn up for Patterson. Patterson was the one everyone was expecting to get the ball. It's the one the Lightning were looking for, and Nick O'Corey calls his own number and hits. What will make this an 87-86 victory under the most unlikely of circumstances for the London Lightning?
You called it early, Chris. Early in this game, you said this could be a coming-out party for Nick O'Corey since coming back from injury, and he performed well above expectations tonight.
Well, he had 23 points tonight, but I mean, it was the last three that mattered. Just an incredible game. Wow, what a finish. I'm out of things to say. That took my breath away.
So with that, London moves up to a record of 9-2, leading the Central. Obviously, Orangeville go down to a record of 3-6. Nick O'Corey. I'm just going to keep Nick O'Corey. Yeah, that was pretty exciting. Looking ahead to London there very briefly, they're away to Niagara on Friday. They host the Storm and Moncton next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday night, Sunday morning, so we'll be there, or Sunday afternoon rather. We'll be there, we'll be here rather, giving you those games. But yeah, that was pretty exciting. So I'll just about wrap it up here from Budweiser Gardens. So for Chris and myself and everyone here on the broadcast crew, thank you very much for tuning in. I know you appreciated that finish. Final score, London 87, Orangeville 86.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your Lightning Dance Pack. Reminder, fans, your London Lightning return home next Saturday, January 30th. It's a 7 o'clock start when we play host to the visiting Moncton Miracles. Once again, that's Saturday, January 30th. It's a 7 o'clock start back here at Budweiser Gardens against the Moncton Miracles. Great tickets are still available. Until then, this is